Greetings, friends and fiends. Welcome to another stream. Hi, Abe. Thanks for coming to hang out. I'm going to quit. I don't need to hear the echo of myself from Twitch in the background. I am still a baby streamer. Oh my god. 1 second, ain't nobody gotta see me clean this. That's better. That's embarrassing. So fun to go live with lipstick on your teeth. Anyway. I am nervous because playing a visual novel is one thing, but actually being genuinely creative on stream is a whole new kind of terror no one ever prepared me for, so this is gonna be fun. Anywho, these Writers Labs, as I have affectionately called this stream, are my excuse, and as I do the stream faux pas of fixing my camera because my light kicked it up too high. And as you'll see, I fixed my timers, so you'll get all those fun commands now coming through, which will be nice. But anyway, the Writer's Lab, as I've affectionately called it, is me scheduling 2 hours a week to actually do something creative. Whether it is like I am doing tonight, which is playing a solo journaling game, or I'm working on DM notes, or the notes for the world that I'm creating a guide for so that I can one day actually, DM in it, maybe. You know the one, Abe. You've played in it. I've only been working on that for going on 3 years now. It comes in fits and starts. But so tonight I am excited. I have not played this game before. It is a one-pager called Tavern at the End of the World, and it's a very simple game. All you need is a tarot deck and somewhere to write down the information. I'm cheating and using a Google Doc because I type a hell of a lot faster than I handwrite nowadays. So y'all are also going to get that good hand typing ASMR from my keyboard, as well as a little bit of tarot shuffling. These are really pretty cards. I will post pictures because I'm not sure how well they're going to pick up on camera, but I will show them as I draw them. And the way a lot of these, I say a lot like I know anything, but I'm not an expert. The few solo journaling games that I have dabbled in either use tarot or an actual playing card deck, or both if you get real fancy, and a d6 sometimes, or I believe Princess and the Cursed Sword, who is also by the same author as Tavern at the End of the World. I think they're even technically in the same verse. Can use coins as well, but for the moment I'm going to play at least one round of Tavern at the End of the World. It says it's about a half hour, but with doing it on stream, it may take the whole 2 hours. It may only take an hour. We'll see. If I finish it up early and I don't feel like doing another round of it, I may do a round of Princess and the Cursed Sword. But for the moment, I'm going to shuffle some cards and switch screens. Oh, and if you want to know how to get the game, anybody can throw !Tavern into chat, and it will give you a little blurb, as well as the name of the author is Anthropy, and a link to where you can purchase it for yourself. Now, because I am streaming this, you're going to see my Word doc as I go through this, but I'm not going to show the PDF. out of respect, obviously, for the author of the game, and because I do intend to put this on YouTube at some point, and I will include all of the information for where to find the game in the description if you are watching this on YouTube. And cannot !Tavern in the chat. So with that, let's hop over to my fancy screen. This is really tiny. Let me fix that 1 second here, y'all. As the saying goes, there are streamers with tech issues and there are liars. And I am most certainly a streamer with tech issues. So, now that that is up on that screen, I also need it up on my screen. So, as I scooch stuff around so I can shuffle my deck, I specifically have a deck that I use for playing games, and it is beautiful. And it was a gift from my lovely roommate. They are the Soul Cards tarot deck, and when I post pictures of them, and I'll include links if you're happening to watch this again on the YouTube, I'll include links to the Twitter post where I post the pictures of them, as well as a link for where you can find them yourself, because they're gorgeous. And if you are a collector of tarot, it's definitely a deck you may want for yourself. So, one more shuffle for good measure. I do things in odd numbers because it feels good. And 3 shuffles to wake up the cards. This is your introduction that, yes, Steph the Bard is also Steph the Witch. And tarot cards, in fact, have energy and life thereof that, you know, they imbue themselves. Excuse me as I scooch my cell phone out the way. All right. So, now for the fun stuff. Also, please sound off in chat if the music is too loud. I am doing something a little bit different this time. Music courtesy of Lo-Fi Girl, which I cannot appreciate enough. Somebody having, you know, DMCA-free music. But, okay. Tavern, public house. There are a lot of words for the thing that you run. Oh, hi. Oh, hey, Belle. It is Belle, yes. I know you from Pixie's community, but hello. Thank you for stopping in. I'm just getting started. And please let me know if there is something else you would like me to refer to you as. I always want to get that correct. But anywho, there are a lot of words. Yay. I am in so many different communities that sometimes I question which one I recognize names from. Because I want to get it right. I try. Anyway. I am only human. But alrighty. Now, back to the start of the game. Thank you. But yes, since you're just hopping in, I mentioned this in the Discord, but you can type !Tavern in the chat if you want to know more about the game that I'm just getting started. I will not be showing the PDF, but that command does give you a link to where you can purchase it, and there may be community copies if you are not able to support the author at this time. But alrighty, let's get into this. I'm excited. Tavern, public house. There are a lot of words for the thing you run. The one you like these days, as occupiers' boots tramp through your streets, is refuge. You offer a hard drink, a good meal, somewhere to hide, and other more slippery things until they shut you down. All you need to play is a tarot deck. Oh, I do need 2 coins for an occupied land. Whoops. Let me dig out some of my coins from next to my desk. Here, chaos coins. Actually, these things will be loud as fuck. Any coins will be loud as fuck. Sorry, I neglected the fact that I would need a coin. And I want one that's clear to read, and unfortunately these ones are not. Don't mind me as I struggle. Okay. Nobody said the coins from the occupying force can't, for the moment, be poker chips from Harley dealerships. Because yes, I am in fact from Wisconsin. I make it obvious that I'm from Wisconsin sometimes. So, gonna need those. I will use my box to roll them in. Alright, and somewhere to record your journal, which I have my Google Doc all ready and open. Alrighty. Here goes. Why are you doing this to me, Google? Don't do that. Okay. Sorry, y'all. This is a process. Okay. What is the occupation here? Armed and uniformed to secure. What is the occupation here? Armed and uniformed to secure. Law and order, a rare resource, the faith, the embattled nobility, or something else. Reason for the occupation. I'm gonna blame the fact that I was just watching The Witcher and The Dragon Prince, that I'm going the route of there is a magic school that a rival force wants to control. And, you know, it's a college town. So. Please, nobody judge my non-linear way of doing things. Okay. City. College town. Home to a powerful magic school. claim they only want to protection, when in reality okay. So, setting up, starting with the world building. Whoops. Because I like keeping things structured. I know it's not necessary, but formatting helps me keep everything organized. Especially if I have to reference it later. So, as we begin world building for my tavern at the end of the world, the reason for the occupation, and I'm sure at some point I'll name the force and then I'll go back and update it. The city is a college town, home to a powerful magic school that turns out the most powerful mages in the country. Pardon me. The occupiers claim they only want to offer protection to the mages and the school. Thank you, Grandmother, but I can fix that all on my own. The occupiers claim they only want to offer protection to the mages and the school, when in reality they want to limit the scope of their studies or shut it down completely. Okay, in addition to food and rooms, what illicit service do you provide? Let's see. Smuggling, sex work, rebel meeting space, contraband, apothecary, or something else. Definitely offer a space for non-approved classes. But it's marketed as a study space. Host unauthorized classes. Spaces. Okay. And now for the fun bit. What is your tavern's name? Good names are the adjective noun or the noun and noun. This is always the hard thing. I use fantasy name generator so often when I name things. Not necessarily because I can't think of something myself, but fantasy name generator definitely gives me a lot of fun places to jump off from. And sometimes it can spark inspiration. Coming up with ideas cold can be a little intimidating to my brain, especially recently. But the whole point of doing this activity is to play these games and really take the time to try and, get back in touch with my writing. So, I'm stalling, can you tell? I have a list of names for my campaign, but I'm not going to dip into those because some of those are pretty golden, and I want to save them. So in this case, I don't want to go with something too on the nose. My first thought is something cheeky like the brew and boil, as a nod to like brewing beer and boiling tea, but that feels a little too shortening it to B&B gives other impressions. My brain is trained for alliteration as I look around my desk for inspiration. If people have ideas in chat, feel free to sound off. This is an instance where I am cool with a little bit of help as I am fumbling and I'm still kind of figuring all this out. And it's the last bit of world building before we get into the actual journaling. I may actually get up for a second and grab a sweater because I need to start keeping one closer to me. Because I swear, I get like a half hour into stream and then the adrenaline wears off and suddenly I remember how cold my room is. Because it is in fact January in Wisconsin. I think it's single digits outside right now, Fahrenheit, which is even lower in Celsius. I'm still stalling. Let's see. Name the tavern. The Raven and Heart. And that's H-A-R-T, heart, like a stag. Because I can. Okay. Just 1 minute. While I disappear into the void to grab a hoodie. Enjoy tunes. I'll be right back. Not like I'm going far. Oof. Your journal. Your inn receives visitors. Record the night's events in your journal. Make note of which card brought each visitor. Before your visitor leaves, you must make sure to keep a low profile. Okay. In case your journal is ever seized, make sure to discuss any illegal activity in euphemism or code. kind of code I'm gonna use for that stuff as I go. Because sometimes I need to get out of my head and stop planning so much. Sorry, my knee just tweaked. Because I am old and have creaky joints. Alright. One of our city's newest prospectors stopped in for a nightcap, but objected to sharing the bar with refugees. Once he tasted the drink I mixed up for him, though, he quieted down immediately. And there's that euphemism. Alright. Receiving a visitor. Turn over the next card in your deck. Use the suit and card image to decide who shows up at your inn. Choose what they want from the card's suit or any other. Alright. And I got the Ace of Cups. See how well this will pick up for you guys. Like I said, isn't this deck stunning? Solid black, relatively simple gold design, chef's kiss. It's beautiful. Alright. Like I said, I will take pictures and post them if folks are just listening and not able to view, and you want the deck for yourself later. I'll hook you up. I got you. So, our first card is the Ace of Cups, and I'm ignoring, it doesn't say I need to worry about if it's inverted, so I'm gonna go ahead and ignore that. So, Cups. Is a food critic, drunk sailor widow, your sometimes lover, visionary toad. Wants the special romance drink. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. Oh, I need multiple. It says 2 coins for an occupied land. But it also says to add. Sorry, I'm reading ahead. Keeping a low profile. For each visitor, throw coins. Starting with 0 coins, add 1 if they're loud, famous, or indiscreet. 1 if they're wanted, watched, or serving in the occupation. If you throw no heads or do not need to throw, it is a rare, enjoyable evening. 1 head means unwanted attention, gossip, veiled threats, surveillance, which must be distracted or deflected. 2 heads means authority action, sanctions, curfews, confiscation that require a direct response to dispute. Do you take action to mitigate this heat? If not, what are the lasting consequences? Fun times. Okay. I see. So if I am playing multiple nights, I'm going to have to reshuffle the deck. So it's a good thing I'm going to jot down which cards they are, since I'll have to reshuffle them into the deck. I may, because that gives the opportunity for someone to show up multiple times. Okay, so cups. I'm going to start out with something simple. It's a local widow who wants the special, is looking for romance and a drink. So, because she is neither famous or wanted, well, let's almost because I am a Sleepy Hollow nerd, and Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton film, not the TV show. Apologies. I did not get the chance to watch that past like a couple episodes. No, I don't even think I made it through an episode. I just heard about it and missed it completely. But I almost typed the Widow Winship. It's just like, let's not do that. The Widow, Lucy. Lucy Hester. And I should mention, if you hear random noises that are not accounted for by me typing, I don't know if they come through for you guys. I hear them because I know it picks up on mic. I do have a roommate. I do have 2 cats. To my knowledge, neither cat are in the room, but that's not going to stop them from yowling at the door around end of stream, hopefully. By the time I'm wrapping up, that should be... It's usually when I feed her. The last time. My elderly cat, Kira. No, I don't have a cat cam. And honestly, they're not that interesting. I'm not going to be streaming long enough for it to be an issue. Mostly because they get twitchy, no pun intended, if they can hear me in here for more than 2 hours without being in here. The only time they're not allowed in my room is when I'm streaming and when I'm sleeping. So if they hear me making noise in here, it kind of tips them off that I'm in here and they're not, and that's not allowed. Because cats. Please be kind about my spelling. There are a lot of words that I have heard, I hear and use vocally more than I type. I'm also a little out of practice when it comes to writing, so my spelling becomes atrocious. I've just never been good at it, to be fair. Spell check and Google have saved my life when I'm using new words that I don't really know that well. Scooted over. What did you do that for? Sorry. Let's fixing. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I noticed it had appeared, at least to me, had squeaked over my captions on my overlay and needed to fix that. As I have said, and I'm gonna go ahead and lock that so that doesn't happen again. Ooh, wait, hang on. Undo it. Oh no, it's over there. What am I doing? Undo. There. Stay there. Stop futzing. Talking to myself because it's what I do. I am nervous, can you tell? I am self-conscious about writing on stream, so I'm trying to just let it ride. Okay. So, just to make things spicy off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and flip a coin, or drop it, as the case may be. And by coin, of course, I mean a poker chip, because it's slightly less loud, and I am genuinely concerned about how loud this will be dropping it on my desk with my mic connected to it, so we'll see how this goes. I may pick up the box for the next one. But, no, before I do that, So, for the Ace of Cups, the widow, Lucy Hester, should be another comma there. A middle-aged woman who lost her husband when the occupation began. He was one of the professors at the college who actively opposed the occupation and was made an example of. She comes into the Raven and Hart to quell some of the melancholy and listen to the students and teachers alike talk about their studies. Lucy is an apothecary by trade and has a lovely garden that so far the occupation has not found. Just kind of indicating that there's a little bit of spice to her. And really, she's here for the special. Sitting in on some of the special, in this case, is going to be my euphemism for the studies that happen. And in her case, she is being watched because of her husband's affiliation with the university or the college, even though she is not there herself. So let's see. And heads. Okay. If you throw one head, which I did, means unwanted attention, gossip, veiled threats, and surveillance, which must be distracted or deflected. Okay. Oh my god, I know how to spell encouraged. Okay. So, Lucy invites herself into a conversation between two students about herbology. She loudly takes issue with a new reference book written by the occupation that incorrectly labels an herb that has powerful tension and pain-relieving qualities as dangerous. As the volume of the conversation starts to grow to the point that it fills the tavern, starts to grow and fill the tavern, the local bard is encouraged to start his act early to mask their voices. Alright, I'm gonna draw another card now. And it's another cup. Come on. Which is fine, I suppose. It's just... I shuffled these. I have shuffled them a lot. This is not the first time I've used them. But regardless, the 8 of Cups. They said it may be a little hard to see on stream, but you can most certainly check out my Twitter later to get a good shot of this lovely, lovely deck. And I will include a link if anybody wants to add it to their own collection. I adore them. They are my gaming tarot deck of choice. So. Don't mind me, I'm just rereading the instructions. Use the suit and card image to decide who shows up. Okay. I should do that more instead of what I did last time, but that's okay. It worked with the image. Now this time. Alright. 8 of Cups. Double checking how well y'all can see things, because my window looks a little different. Yeah. And that's where the problem began, was me resizing this window. Which is fine. I will fix. Now It is the joys of this being my first time doing the writer's lab and really getting to see how this window capture works. I didn't think it would readjust on the overlay when I adjust the damn window that I'm using. That's different. But, you know, I'm still learning how to stream, so you guys get the fun bits of that. Right. Yeah, and I might just do one night of this and keep drawing cards, and since it's already 8 o'clock, until we get a little bit closer to 9. And yes, other way. Did I pick this cup in particular because I thought it was funny? Maybe. I know you can't read it, but it's a throwaway line from the mayor of Nightmare Before Christmas that says, "I am only an elected official here." And really teeny tiny along the side here, which I know for sure you can't see, but I can, is I can't make decisions. It's like there's only 365 days until next Halloween. And I thought it said I can't make decisions by myself, but it doesn't. It's just I'm only an elected official. All the random ASMR, I'm so sorry for the slurpy noises. It's just as parched. So, the 8 of Cups. Stop that. Alright. So because there are so many different cups, and if the next card is a cup, I'm redrawing because I don't know why my deck is being mean to me right now. I'm going to go with a food. I can spell. It's even written in front of me. Oi. Food critic. Pardon me. All right. But you're just gonna get your whole own page for the moment, just because I don't like how that line looks in the middle of everything. I feel a little... I'm having some feelings about how fun this is. Not because, like, the whole reason I'm doing this is because, you know, I love world building. World building is my bread and butter, and really what this game is encouraging me to do in this instance is, if I really wanted to, I could take everything I'm writing here, and these people are now NPCs in a city where, you know, my party could wander through. Or if I wanted to start a new game with new people and build out this world more, you know, it's kind of the joy of these things. Or like Princess and the Cursed Sword, like it could be the foundation for a novel, a short story, an epic poem. Ooh, that would be really cool, actually, to do that and then transform it into an epic poem. Future Steph project. Future Writers Lab. that may be a project for later, of actually playing that game and then maybe doing it a few times to find one I really vibe with, and then turning that story into an epic poem. I'll definitely make sure I ask permission. I mean, I don't know how, like, I guess I'd have to bounce this off of other folks. In my mind, it's still, just because it's inspired by the game, like, if I'm not making money off of it, if I'm just writing it for me, or if I'm writing it and I'm sharing it as a part of doing all of this with all of y'all, I don't see anything wrong with it. Obviously, there would, it would be in there, it's like, oh, this was inspired from a playthrough of this solo journaling game, etc., etc. Really, all of these do is give me an excuse to world build. And I know next week I'm gonna play one of Elliot's games, and that I'm super stoked for. I'll probably do Into the Feywoods, since that was the next closest of the 4 that I started off with. And I know Gnome specifically wanted to watch somebody play that, so I may give that a go next week if I don't have something more D&D centric I want to work on. But for the moment... And I am still looking at chat if anybody has questions, has ideas, or just want to riff on what I'm coming up with right now. I know I'm being pretty quiet. I'm hoping as we get some more regular viewers, maybe to start doing stream raiders while we're doing this, just to give folks something to do other than just sit and listen. But we have lurk and work stuff during the day. Here's maybe, just a chill spot where people can craft and listen and hang out, and listen to me ramble and maybe tell some stories. I feel like I'm doing it wrong, but there's no wrong way to play a solo journaling game, I don't think, is the point. I'm stalling. Again. Alright. Location. Alright, so our food critic is Tobias Farthing. He is part of the soft marketing of the occupation. And what I mean by soft marketing, for folks who may not be quite as familiar, I suppose this is kind of a me terminology as opposed to a formal reference terminology, is like maybe unpopular to point out, Coco Chanel working on Nazi uniforms. Or, different alt-right groups co-opting different iconographies, coming up with various forms of euphemisms. It really comes back to, really in my head when I think soft marketing, what I think of more than anything else is I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of the name because I do not speak German, and I am not cool enough for Trooper to be here in my chat to help me. But the translation is the Hitler Youth, because that was, at the time, kind of, and this is my loose understanding, I am by no means a scholar of the time, but from my understanding of how this was used in Germany as a recruitment tool to join the war as a Nazi and to convert those to becoming a Nazi, it was presented like almost like an after-school club. Like in the same way that young men would go into the Boy Scouts. Yeah. And I mean, if nothing else, for those of you who may remember, Swing Kids. Because any occupying force, you may have to look for it, but any successful one, they have people doing soft marketing. Again, I'm gonna blame that I was watching The Witcher over the weekend. Okay. So, with that ramble in mind, don't mind me, I fidget. If that is a not good noise for anybody, please let me know and I will stop. But Tobias Farthing is part of the soft marketing of the occupation. He has been going around to all of the taverns in the city, writing reviews, and rumor has it, reporting back to the occupation if he notices any glaring infractions. So, because in that regard he is famous and serving the occupation, 2 coins. Let's see how this goes. My game may end here if I get 2 heads. Ooh, score! 2 sets of tails, which if you throw no heads or do not need to roll, it is a rare, enjoyable evening. So, here is what I have from the Eight of Cups. Our food critic, Thomas Farthing, is part of the soft marketing for the occupation, or of the occupation. He has been going around to all of the taverns in the city, writing, wow. I can read my own writing. I need to slow down. Going around to all of the taverns in the city, writing reviews, and rumor has it, reporting back to the occupation if he notices any glaring infractions. Luckily, he arrives after Lucy's conversation has died down, and the bard's playing is offering a buffer of ambient sound to cover any potentially damning conversations. He has served the roasted venison with a flight of tasters of the best ales and spirits to pair with it. Ales and spirits? Paired with his meal. He leaves well fed, well lubricated, and happily humming one of the bard's signature songs. Something about a trio of lovers caught up in a harrowing battle to protect a fort from an invading force. Just me seeing if my pseudo-sib is listening. But hey, we survived for another guest. This will probably be my last card. And this is why it's like, it says it takes a half an hour, but the way that I write, it takes longer. And I popped my pillow off the back of my chair. 1 second as I fix that. Sorry. A little awkward shimmy there. Alright. Oh, thank goodness. This is not another cup. But things just got spicy because this is not a oh wait, no, Pentacles. So some tarot decks have coins, some have pentacles. Mine has pentacles, and I have the 8 of Pentacles here. Look at it. Look at this lovely card. Isn't it stunning? Rihanna's lovely card. Look at this lovely card. There you go. Sometimes web captioner struggles to keep up with me. It tries. It really does. All right. So, coins or pentacles. Cut purse, refugee, merchant, beggar, collector, disguised noble, or fox. I'm liking them 8s, I just noticed. Ew. Stop that. Thank you. Because who can resist? Given all that I have established here, I'm gonna walk a refugee into this nonsense because why not? Going with a refugee. Wants to lay low, a deal, product. before I throw the coins, I'll read what I've got so far. This could very easily just kind of lead me into the end here. So, the Eight of Pentacles. A refugee. A bruised and ill-treated woman stumbles through the back door. Through the door. At first, she's almost unrecognizable from the bruising to her face until you see her startling gray eyes. You recognize her as the missing headmistress of the college, Resendra Thornhollow. Because I don't want to flip these and throw them somewhere, I shake them like dice. Well, I threw 2. Because as headmistress, she'd be I would consider her locally very famous. And the second, because obviously she is both wanted and watched for. And I got 1 head, which means unwanted attention, gossip, veiled threats, surveillance, which must be distracted or deflected. Okay. How this ends. Alright, here we go. Nope, for once, Grammarly, you're wrong. Okay, so before I continue on, so I can kind of keep everybody abreast. Her arrival brings the tavern to a momentary standstill. Before you usher her into the back and into your own living area to get her cleaned up. Oh, and into your own living area. You know what? Just into the back. Keep it short, simple. Sometimes I overcomplicate things. While you tend to her wounds. There we go. Alright. Her arrival brings the tavern to a momentary standstill before you usher her into the back. While you tend to her wounds, the rest of the staff try to silence the chatter, and the bard plays a few more songs just to ply the room with into buying more drinks. However, several of the staff of the college and older students recognize the headmistress. Some ask rather insistently after her well-being, which garners the attention of some of the locals. At night. Alright, so when bringing the game to a close, or when you're ready to end the game, since it's already 8:30, I may bring it to a close and end a little bit early tonight just because I'm tired and I don't really have much to... it's not really enough time for me to start another round or another game, and it just feels right. This feels like the place to end it. So, when you're ready to end the game, your heat finally catches up to you. Decide. They smash your windows and take you away. What becomes of you? Or you're gone when they bust down the door. Who helped you escape? And add a final postscript to your journal from you or from whomever holds it now. So, I guess in some ways I wrote this a little interestingly because I think it's technically supposed to read like the journal, you know, that someone is keeping, but whatever. As I previously stated, and this is true, there's no right or wrong way to play a solo journaling game. Alright. So, let's have some fun as I wrap this up, shall we? And if anyone lurking, and I appreciate everybody lurking, wants to chime in with some ideas or what you think of the game, if you're just coming in and have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll throw an exclamation point Tavern into the chat where you can get the information about the game, its writer and developer, and Anthropy, and where you can buy it for yourself. And it is a fun romp. I've barely scratched the surface. This has, if I had more brain power right now, it really is the starting point for such an amazing D&D campaign right here. Like, imagine the adventuring party being in the tavern as all of this stuff is going down. Like, come on, it writes itself. Not even writes itself in so much as the plot hooks reveal themselves. Is a better way of putting it. So. Okay. I think in this postscript I just named the bar owner. Alright. So here is how it ends. Early the next morning, after the tavern is closed for the night and the staff have all gone home, the occupation break down the door, searching for the headmistress and you. What they find is a living area empty of any personal items and clothes. You were able to send a fire message. Hang on. Long before their boots shattered the door. Alright, there we go. Oop, too many spaces. Stop it, Grammarly. It's not. Oh, yeah, that's correct. This time. Alright. Long before their boots shatter the door, you were able to send a fire message to the headmistress's family, already safely in hiding. That S doesn't need to be there. Already safely in hiding in another country. Already safely hiding in another country. Her wife opens a portal to retrieve her battered partner and to protect you from the growing heat of the occupation. Take you with them. And here is my final postscript in this journal. This is not a defeat, but a beginning. The resistance is growing. The occupation is no longer hiding their narrow-minded and bigoted agenda. The reckoning comes on the wings of a raven. Really? I almost made it the entire stream. Alright. And so with that, I think that's the end of the story for the moment. This has been fun. I'm definitely going to keep this. I may write this up as a one shot maybe, or maybe not a one shot, but just as a little small module. Maybe see if I can fold this into my campaign. Who knows? Flesh it out more. And yeah, I don't know. I really like that last line. The reckoning comes on the wings of a raven. It's good. If I don't sound like I'm tooting my own horn too much. Going to switch on over here. And while it is a wee bit early, I think that's it for the night. Thank you all for coming out and, spending this time with me. It's been a learning experience. Not a bad one. I hope it was a nice chill space for you guys to hang out in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope it was a chill video for you to watch and kind of see someone doing this live and in action. I don't really talk out my process too much. It's just kind of the nature of the beast for me. I'm used to, more recently writing in shared spaces, so I'm trying not to be disruptive of other people. And it also gets distracting to me, so it's very quiet, me writing, and then reading it back for all of you to enjoy the story. So I hope you enjoyed the story of The Raven and the Heart. And yeah, for the moment, I'm going to quick see who is on that we can raid. And we will go from there. I know who we're gonna raid. I haven't seen him in a minute. Okay, guys. So. Alright, y'all. We are going to take this on over to Punkle Nick's channel. Be kind, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Take care and have a good night, y'all. Bye-bye.